Are you looking for your next opportunity in the workforce? Look no further. UPS Jobs Kentucky is now hiring at upsjobsky.com. Right now, we are offering up to $18.50 an hour. You may even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college completely debt-free and could also include a $325 a month living allowance paid directly to you. Follow us at UPS Jobs Kentucky and apply today at upsjobsky.com.
There's nothing more important than a child's health. That's why Body Armor Sports Drink is proud to partner with Walmart and Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, raising funds for 156 children's hospitals across the U.S. Children's hospitals are on the front lines when it comes to protecting the health of our future generations. But they are not alone. Please join Body Armor Sports Drink to support the cause. Together, when we change kids' health, we change the future. Go to childrensmiraclenetworkhospitals.org to donate and learn more. That's childrensmiraclenetworkhospitals.org.
GE Appliances is hiring full-time for all shifts. Join our manufacturing team and make up to $660 per week. Apply today at makeitattthepark.com. Make a difference. Make it at GE Appliance Park.
Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com. Welcome back to Fast Break Friday, presented by Ale 81, emanating from the ESPN Louisville studios and heard throughout the Commonwealth on the PNV network. Now, here's Bob Valvano and Mike Pratt.
Where did you get that music, Mr. Valvano?
That's from, I think, a Canadian duo. My buddy Benji the Mower Man hates that song, but I always like it. I feel like it's like a uplifting but also somber song. It's by a group, Canadian duo called USS, Ubiquitous Sound System, and I can guarantee that Dan Issel would not like it.
No, no, it would not be it on that one. But, there's a group here, a local group, I believe, Nikki, that has been very supportive of our bocce tournament for KFOV, the Nappy Roots.
Yeah, I love that. Be Still and Company. Yeah, great guys.
Yeah, okay. So you're just trying out some new music on me, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I tried to play some Nappy Roots I know Process did too for Dan Issel. It's kind of like a hip hop with a bluegrassy undertone. I think we can convort him, but
you got no shot, brother. I've known Issel since 1966. You've got no shot.
Yeah,
Scotty, what's your go-to music? Are you country or are you old school?
I'm old school. I'm the new country, like the Chesney, Toby Keith, the Shania.
Florida Georgia line.
Oh yeah, I'm all over the place. Yeah. I'm all over the place. But I know sometimes, like I say, because of our class schedule, I run a little later in the day before I got hurt, and I would hear you always come back. No, I'm in your wheelhouse. The Temps.
Oh yeah, the Four Top, Motown, bro.
No, I'm right. You got me by a few years, but that's right in my wheelhouse. I can get into that. We play unbelievable music as we stretch to start practice.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Mike, but if I get there and get my phone dapped in before they turn it on, they come in that gym screaming and yelling at me.
Really?
No, Coach, they call it Gladys Knight and the Pips. They call it the Pits. They don't know anything.
Oh, man, Gladys Knight?
Oh no. C.J. Fleming, if I get it before them, which it happens maybe once every 6 months, they've got that thing cranking, and that's how we kind of just started. They play. They asked me the other day if I could name 3 songs Snoop Dogg played, and I told them if they laid $1 million in cash to pick it up, they could pick their pile of money up because they got no chance of me getting it, and they cracked it.
3, I couldn't name 1.
Oh, you know what they asked me then? Where he was from. Where's he from?
All I know is he's on the beach carrying some beer. That's all I know.
He's from Long Beach. But here's what started it. Snoop Dogg did a phenomenal piece on Kobe Bryant's birthday. A video. It really.
Oh, he's a talented guy.
It was all in admiration of Kobe on his birthday. And I sent it to all our players to show them how hip I was. So the next morning, they're like, Coach, you don't know.
Well, life takes funny turns because if you television now for background music to different advertisements or maybe even intro to a sporting event, who keeps popping up? Some old Motown. Some old Motown. So I mean that's kind of what they're using.
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. I am.
You like Merle Haggard?
No, that's a little older for me.
Yeah.
Now, my wife was ELO.
I like ELO. Yeah.
Now, and what we did share in common was Elton John, Billy Joel, that group on and on. Neil Diamond.
Oh.
You can go on that. So I'm kind of, I'm
Neil Diamond, Billy Joel. Golly, what crooners.
The Chesneys of the world and the Zach Browns of the world. It's not just the music; they're entertainers, man. They put a show on. Yeah. I mean, like I hear Issel sometimes talk about Garth.
Yeah,
I don't think
Garth.
It's the songs as much; it's the show, man. It's a show.
Well, are you an Eagles fan?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the Eagles are the best. They put on quite a show.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them 3 times, and they put on quite a show. And I like those guys that are showmen. There's no question.
Speaking of showmen, did you see the Temptations show when they came in here for? The V Foundation.
No,
at the
I
Palace?
was out of town, and I bought some tickets from you guys.
Yeah,
I gave them to some good friends of mine, and Marcia, my wife, and they went and they had a blast. I mean, they had a blast, Dick.
Was this at the Palace?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a great show.
I can't remember if I had breakfast, and I remember that was at the Palace.
Yeah, that was. We missed it because we had already planned a vacation and had everything tied down, but. Let's talk a little bit about DraftKings. The NFL is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook betting partner of the NFL, is giving away all new players a can't-miss offer for week 1. Week 1's right around the corner, Coach Davenport. Bet just $1 on any NFL game during the first week of the season and receive $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Take advantage of this limited time offer now. You heard it right. DraftKings is giving away all new players $200 in free bets initially when you place a bet of $1 or more on any week 1 game, period. Head to DraftKings Sportsbook app now to check out all the great promotions and daily odds boosts. Plus, you can make every game a big game with same-game parlays at DraftKings.com. Speaking of parlays and bets, we'll get back into this U of L thing.
Yeah, I'm not with all that going on. I'm not going to speak of betting on college.
No.
We do have a programming note. Our buddy Andy Sweeney, he's broadcasting from Caesars. Speaking of betting, he's gonna connect in a second just to add another voice to this U of L stuff. We are monitoring the situation. 1:30, the sentencing for Dino Gaudio should be happening, and again at 3:45 locally here because I know this is going to get replayed with our friends in ESPN Lexington. 3:45 Eastern Time locally here. ESPN Louisville is all ESPN Louisville Sticks. 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 105.7 are going to take Vince Tyre's comments live. So just wanted to pass that along there. A little programming note. I'm trying to separate, the whole Dino's family friend and everything. I'm interested to see how that plays out. The audio supposedly is available. I know multiple local sources here are trying to
already
access it. Well, I think it's going to be released as part of the investigation. So there's some open records requests from a lot of guys I know that are trying to get that. Of course, once we get our hands on that, we will play that as well, I'm sure. I said this over on Middays with Marcus Maven. Like, my whole thing is, and you guys brought it up earlier, I hope this brings closure to all parties involved. I hope we kind of see what exactly Dino did that was wrong. Maybe that comes out in the tape. I do think that could kind of sway things a little bit because if you take an argument, any argument that I've had with my family, and you take the 5 minutes I'm at my craziest, it's going to make me sound kind of bad. But still, it is an important aspect of this. I do think it's interesting that the reasoning behind suspending Coach Mack, because one of the story points that a lot of people brought up when this happened was, the old saying, why make a federal case out of it? It was a question of why did they make a federal case out of it? And we were wondering, because of the history, because of the IARP, because of the past allegations and everything like that, if U of L kind of had protocols in place to make sure that anything that could be considered bad they had a plan of action for it, and then once those gears are in motion, the FBI, you can't go to them and be like, just kidding. They have to do their due diligence. I do think it's interesting that the things noted in this press release, and I'm sure Vince Tyra will get to it again at 3:45, one of the answers was, why did they go with this course of action? And it seems like the university seems to be a little critical of how Chris Mack handled it. So I wonder if he actually went against protocol, and I'm sure we'll get some more details on that at 3:45.
Did he have to go against it or just didn't follow it?
I mean, I would assume I'm speaking from being a head coach, not following it, because you are a direct report.
Correct.
You're not working for someone. I'm going to say this. Drew Diener is a pro, and he came in and total disclosure. People know I don't hold things back. And he said, if you're uncomfortable doing this, Coach, I totally understand. I thought he was throwing me out of here. But, I appreciate Drew doing that. But, ladies and gentlemen, I can't get past some of this. Kenny Klein's burying his mom. She passed away this week.
I know.
And I was texting him early in the morning, and he's responding back. These are great people. Mm-hmm. And I guess I can't get past that. But like coaching, Mike, and you've done it at every level. The game is played, coached, administered, and officiated by humans. They're all human. And when this is going on, I guess that's why I'm taken back. These were humans who had lives. These aren't, like a pro player. I'm assuming.
You're talking about Dino?
Yes.
And Mack?
Everybody. Okay. Yes. Chris Mack and Dino.
Kenny Klein, whoever.
Vince Tyra, Kenny Klein,
yep.
Dr. Bendaputi. Yes. These are humans. Now, I was never in the NBA, but I'm sure it's very cut and dried.
Yes,
those players are gone.
Yeah.
This is college athletics. These are people. These are young people in college. And they're not going to have their coach for 27 days or 21 days, whatever it is. I know I was raised and maybe I came up in a different era. Maybe so. But, wow, I'm taken back.
Well, let me throw this at you for the discussion. I think the initial shock will be tough on these young folks.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be tough. But there's plenty of time to work their way through it. I think we underestimate many times the resiliency of these young guys.
Oh, no.
Okay?
I agree.
And I think that over time, if this happened like 2 weeks before practice was starting or 2 weeks before a game,
yeah.
I'm all in. But right now, I think that some of them have been here a while and they've been through a lot. They've seen a lot. They've heard a lot. And I think maybe they're looking at this and going, man, another bump in the road.
But they'll be resilient.
But I can be resilient.
They will. Mike, what I experienced last year, and I referenced July the 5th, we came back to campus. Not only are we making a transition from Division II to Division I, we're making it during a worldwide pandemic with being tested 3 to 4 times a week and shutdowns and pauses. Your team, the other team, and every city we're in is new. Hotels are new. The facility we're going to is new. The opponents are new. Everything's new. We're doing this during this pandemic. I couldn't be more proud of a group of kids in my life than those guys. We did not have one single meal in a restaurant, pregame meal. Everything had to be in a room, brought in, go to your room. It's the greatest time of their life.
A box lunch or a box dinner, huh?
It's the greatest time of their life.
Yeah.
We're trying to prepare them in the 4-year span for the next 45 years of life. I got 5 freshmen right now. You know what, Mike Pratt? They're going to work past the year 2065. How's that make you feel?
That number, it doesn't digest. That number I cannot digest.
I've got 5 freshmen are going to work past the year 2065. Well, okay, you just referenced these people at U of L. That's why they're going to be okay. So I think we got to, if you put them first, none of this other stuff will ever get into play. As a coach, if it's not me against you, but we put them first, I don't think you ever get into this. I think that's where problems arise. I really do.
Well, it goes back to the root of a lot of issues, money.
It does.
Money and money and power, they go together, don't they? And I think that it's hard for some people sometimes when they're trying to gather the money and the power to look at other people who you should be. In this case, you're talking about the players. They should be put first.
Yes.
Okay? And it's just like name, image, and likeness. That's something that had to happen. Should have happened a long time ago. Okay? Now we're trying – and look, there's going to be bad in that. Yes. There's going to be a lot of good. I'm not trying to paper over it. I mean, it's going to be like anything else in sports. And but it still puts the athletes first.
Let me ask you. I'm going to put you on the spot, and if you say, Scott, Coach, I'm not answering that. And you probably did, because you were at a much higher level than me and all that. Did you have representation? Did you have an agent?
No. Never had an agent.
Never had one.
Never had an agent.
I've never had one in my life. Yeah. Did I make a mistake?
Oh, I made a mistake.
No, did I? I'm asking you to reflect on Scott Davenport. Do you think I made a mistake?
In today's world, yes. But
did
back
I really?
when you started, no. And
I'm a guy from Central Avenue. What was I going to do?
Well, you didn't. You know what? Back then, it could be done without one. Okay, it could be done without one. And
but I've had my son say, "Well, you messed up. You really should have had one." But if I had to go back and do it again, Mike, I'd do it the same way.
But how far back we're talking about? Are you talking about 30 years? 30 years ago, you really didn't need one. It was a friendship deal. It was a friendship deal. And you built your relationship, you built your friends, and then they helped you along. But over the last 20 years, and it may be 40 years, I don't know, Scotty, but over the last 20 years, it's become an agent-driven deal in sports. The agents run the NBA. Boros runs baseball. I mean, just go down the line. In college, you've got guys representing guys, coaches, and that's, all they do is work the back area. They're calling ADs. They're talking to people about you or about me, whoever it is. Now, I know, listen, when I first got into broadcasting in 85, I did the Missouri Valley. Hersey Hawkins, great Missouri Valley. Stan Albeck, one of the finest guys in the world, was coaching Hawkins at Bradley, and he was a dear friend of mine from the Colonel's days. But I got into it from a friendship deal. Now, going down the road, when I started doing some NCAA tournament games and this and that, I thought I had enough friends. But somebody told me, get an agent. So Larry Conley helped me, gave me the name of his agent. Ellen something. She used to be with ESPN. She broke off and started representing people. There were only a couple people like her. And she said to me, Mike, I'd take you, but I already have Larry. I don't think it would be fair to Larry to have two Kentucky guys to promote, to reach out and help you get a job. Okay, and so I thought, and there were only, I said, give me some help. Who else? She goes, Mike, I really can't tell you. There's a lot of people trying to get into it. She said, but I really couldn't recommend anybody because I don't know anybody. Not that I don't think they're good. So I stayed away from the agent, and I know it hurt me.
But you brought up
me later on as I moved down into growing out of the Missouri Valley Conference and moving into NCAA games and SEC games, and then I did the Hornets TV. I blew it. I should have had an agent, okay? I should have had an agent.
But see, you reflected on this situation that we're faced with today, that the root of it was money, that it became driven. Yeah. I mean, right?
Absolutely.
You said that, and that's why I'm just going back. Okay, I leave Louisville, I go to Bellarmine, and all of a sudden – they win 9 games. I get all of a sudden 6 years, a national championship, 4 Final Fours, and my sons are like, well, you should have agent you this and that. But what was really going on around me? Some of the greatest friends and guys that I admired.
Good point.
I admired John L. Smith. I went to dinner with him first night he ever spent in Louisville with he and his wife Diane and Tom Jurich and Lalo Prado, the baseball coach. And I saw and John L. is one of the greatest guys on this earth. He's the one that kept Louisville. Howard Snellberg kept from extinction. John L. built that deal down there.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Excellent football coach.
And that went off to Michigan State, and he and I have talked about it. And then I've seen it through Charlie Strong, who was a great personal friend, and Coach Petrino, and on and on and on. And you know what? I still think I just never got into that.
Well, but you're going back to what I said about the friendship deal. We all learned to build friendship, build relationship. Dick Harder, you remember Dick Harder?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He was the original coach of the Hornets.
Yeah.
He had coached Oregon when I was at Charlotte. Yeah. We played in the Far West Classic, or maybe he was coaching Penn State. I can't remember. But we had a little bit of a friendship before we were together at the Hornets. Dick was a strange guy. But one thing I'll never forget, he told me, and who was the can see him now, coached the Pistons. He's passed now, but he was at Duke as an assistant coach. He tried to recruit me. I can see Chuck Daly. Chuck Daly.
Yep.
He said, Chuck Daly. He said, Mike, Chuck Daly told me something. Okay, now I'm scouting college players and doing the TV package. So we're talking one time over breakfast on the road. Dick said, I'll tell you something Chuck Daly told me. If you want to survive in this league or if you want to survive in college, you've got to make 10 phone calls a day to help yourself to different people in the world of basketball, to keep your name in the forefront, okay? And that's the way it used to be. Chuck Daly saw it that way. It was a relationship deal. And so did Dick. But it's turned into people who work for you as an agent that work the backside of the world, calling people, getting to know people to where their relationship with whoever's hiring is greater maybe than the relationship you have with your friend who says, I'll call Scott Davenport for you.
Yeah.
Well, the relationship is different. It's changed.
I must have been
Can I bust
too
in here real fast,
Yeah.
guys? Sorry, I just want a quick programming note. We are going to I'm working on getting a feed potentially. No promises on that. But I do want to take a break here, if that's okay with you guys.
Wait a minute. Well, this is the Valvano Pratt show. And are you a Valvano?
Well, it depends on the day, Mike. It depends on the day, if you ask Pops.
You do it, buddy.
But, I'm going to take a break here where I'm going to see if I can find a feed for this Dino Gaudio sentencing that's supposed to happen at 1:30 locally here. On the other side, Andy Sweeney's going to tag in from Caesars Live. I think Phil Baker's going to trickle in as well. We'll just keep you abreast of everything going on
Are we
here.
bringing the Fifth Army, the mountain group of the Fifth Army? What's the deal here?
Ask Andy Sweeney really important questions. I want to know Monday night if my show's moving to 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. Let's get to real important topic.
Okay, I'll ask him that. But it's Fast Break Friday, guys. Thank you so much. On the other side, Andy Sweeney's going to hop on here. We'll keep you abreast of the situation. Chris Mack suspended 6 games from November 8th to November 27th. Dino Gaudio sentencing coming up in a couple of minutes. It's Fast Break Friday, presented by our friends at Ale 81, emanating from the ESPN Louisville 680 1057 studios. Keep it locked here.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we check your delivery order for freshness at every step from farm to store and pick and pack every veggie in your free pickup order with care, because we treat your food the way we'd want ours to be treated. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is Bob Valvano. As some of you know, I have stage 4 leukemia. Thanks to 2 new medications that are both less than 5 years old, my progress has been good and my prognosis is strong. Those medications only came about because of research funded from people like you. My late brother Jim said, I need your help. It may not save my life, but it may save someone you love. This research is doing just that. We created Kentuckiana Friends of V, a local 501c3 organization that works in close cooperation with the V Foundation to fund research and preventive initiatives locally, right here in the Kentuckiana area. Won't you consider helping us in that quest? Sign up for an event, volunteer, or just make a donation at kfov.org. You really do help save lives like mine. That's kfov.org.
You know summer is here when the limited edition Orange Cream Ale 8-1 hits the shelves. Orange Cream Ale 8 is a delicious blend of the original Ale 8 family recipe and natural orange and vanilla flavors. Open one and you will be reminded of having a dreamsicle on a summer night sitting in a folding lawn chair. Available while supplies last at Kroger, Walmart, Meijer, Value Market, and other retailers. Hurry up and get some before it's gone. Ale 8-1, Kentucky proud and family owned since 1926.
Hi, this is Mike Pratt. Healthy people live with high standards, which is why I take Evercure CBD. Evercure products are only made from the sweetest flowers of premium CBD hemp grown in Kentucky. When you taste this full spectrum distilled CBD oil, you will realize why Evercure CBD is Kentucky fine bluegrass made. It is truly a local treasure. It works. Purchase your Evercure at evercurecbd.com. Enter Mike P at checkout to receive 10% off your purchase.
Is your bedroom, sunroom, or room over the garage too hot in the summer? BJ Heating and Cooling, your local factory authorized Bryant dealer, has teamed up with Bryant Ductless Equipment, whatever it takes to make those uncomfortable rooms enjoyable again. Check out the Bryant mini splits. They're quiet, efficient, and they avoid the installation of bulky ductwork. Give BJ Heating and Cooling a call today to schedule your free estimate and get 0% financing for 60 months with approved credit. It's BJ Heating and Cooling, bjheatcool.com.
My name is Steve Bosco, General Manager of Prodigy Construction. I've been part of the Commonwealth Bank and Trust family since 2016. While other banks can take a simple process and make it complicated, CB&T keeps things simple. They're honest, fair, and transparent. If you're looking for a bank for your business, let me know. I'll take you to lunch with my banker. Having CB&T as a partner is like having a banker in the family.
See more business banking stories at bankerinthefamily.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Pratt, here to tell you about Premier Packaging, a locally owned business that specializes in packaging, shipping, and logistics. Since 1984, Premier Packaging has taken a straightforward approach you can trust. With shipping costs on the rise, their team of professionals will work with you personally to minimize costs and increase your bottom line. From inbound, outbound, storing, and picking, Premier Packaging has solutions for your businesses, large or small. Visit primpack.com and sign up for a free assessment. Premier Packaging. This approach makes a difference.
Are you out there looking for your next raise? UPS Jobs Kentucky is now offering pay up to $21 an hour. That's still in combination with our tuition-free education and our $325 a month living allowance. Immediate positions are available for day and night side opportunities. Visit our website, upsjobsky.com, or follow our social media at upsjobsky. That's upsjobsky.com. UPS, delivering your next opportunity today.
This is Mike Brown, Principal Broker and CEO for On the Move Realtors in Louisville. We are a locally owned company that connects people together, sellers and buyers, owners and tenants. That's our job. We do it every day. Please check out our website to see thousands of homes for sale in the Louisville and surrounding area at www.onthemoverealtors.com or call us at 509-7653. Please feel free to contact On the Move Realtors today for a hassle-free online market analysis of your home. We have realtors standing by to assist you with real estate needs.
Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in the hands or feet, continual numbness, tingling or burning sensation, balance problems, decreasing the quality of your life? This is Mike Pratt, University of Kentucky Basketball Hall of Famer. I am here to talk to you about Dr. Anthony Sears, author of Your 21st Century Doctor. One issue that has long frustrated Dr. Sears that many neuropathy sufferers are unaware of is the potential dangerous side effects of the prescription drugs that they are using. They are unaware of recent studies that reveal the very drugs they're taking are actually making the condition worse. Dr. Sears' passion is showing patients how to reverse their neuropathy and live without the fear of the inevitable downward spirals created by the disease itself and the typical cocktail drug approach. To learn more, I invite you to his free seminar, Blueprint to Neuropathy. This seminar is free. Seating is limited. Call now to reserve your spot, 1-888-655-PAIN. Again, 1-888-655-PAIN.
Hi, this is Jason at Witch Witch. Whether you're in the mood for a hot witch, a cold witch, or a delicious salad, Witch Witch can make any of our 20-plus sandwiches just the way you want it. Add an order of our crispy crinkle-cut fries and a hand-scoop milkshake to make any meal one to remember. And don't forget, every Wednesday, our regular-size signature witch, the Wicked, with 5 meats and 3 cheeses is just $5. Come see us at Old Brownsboro Crossing or South Firstburn Parkway and get your witch on.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott! Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Welcome back to Fast Break Friday, presented by Ale81, emanating from the ESPN Louisville studios and heard throughout the Commonwealth on the PNV network.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Oh, you know, Andy. Just a typical Friday with us on the penalty kill.
Oh, goodness. Anything happening? Anything going on at all in the world today?
Jack and Process are in a fist fight over the last slice of bear nose. That's fun.
Oh, is that it? Very nice. Hey, welcome in. It's ESPN 680 105.7. I'm Andy Sweeney hanging out with you. I'm actually live from Caesars, Southern Indiana today. And when big news breaks, you know that we are going to go on the air here on ESPN Louisville. Want to appreciate Scotty D and Mike Pratt keeping the fort down. I was going to be out here and am going to be out here if the connection holds. And I assume, Nick, it's sounding good here early on. I am at the Caesars Sportsbook out here at the casino, and we're going to be here for the take from 3 to 6. And, hey, I'm going on the air early. That's what you got to do. You got to pitch in when big stories happen. So let's open up everything. UPS Jobs text line 437-9680, 437-9680. Let's open up the phone lines as well, 267-9680 as we go today. So we got you up until, well, I have you up until 6 o'clock. So this is going to be, and Nick, I think you'll like this. Now, this is going to be a Francesa shift today.
I was about to say, you're doing the Francesa hours, baby. Grab a Focus with a PH, strap in, let's go.
Oh, goodness, you like that. Well, I mean, when you're up here, you can chug the Focus or you can chug the Coors Light. I don't know which one, whichever one.
Dude, Caesars has the best drink deals, and I mean, obviously. And also, dude, their hot dogs. Fantastic. Just saying.
I may need something because I was going to go get something to eat here at some point, but that's not happening right now. So we shall see. Okay, so the news of the day, I'll catch everybody up, and then I want to get full reaction. I'll give you my thoughts as well, and we can play some radio here for the next few hours. 437-9680, UPS Jobs text line, 267-9680, the phone lines. I think, not totally sure, that your boy Diener may join at some point today. Phil Baker may join. We'll have Strebel along when we do our normal show. I think Ennis is out at is it Union Courtyard? I apologize. Right across the bridge in Southern Indiana. I'm in Southern Indiana too, so there we go.
God's country.
God's country, yes, where you can gamble illegally and it's all okay. Okay, so Dino Gaudio is being sentenced supposedly right now. So, Nick, I'm going to need your help to be kind of following that, if you don't mind. I got a bunch of different tabs open and everything else. Got 18 different text lines open. So we're loaded here. So if you can let me know if anything comes out with the Dino Gaudio sentencing, if you could just bust in here at any moment.
Oh yeah.
We will, and I know you're good at that. Jack Grossman's better than you at that. So we can do all of that. Anything to add, let me know. Okay, so let me go ahead and reset, if you don't mind. At about 12:30, actually, I'll give you the exact time, 12:35 today, U of L sent out a release that Chris Mack would be suspended without pay for 6 games during the upcoming season, 2021-2022. And obviously, we can talk about the potential ramifications of that. The university, I'm just going to read some of this so people that obviously don't get these press releases or have not been glued to either our stations or obviously Twitter, that they see this. So the university concluded that while Mack was the victim of an extortion attempt by former assistant coach Dino Gaudio, that Mack failed to follow university guidelines, policies and procedures in handling the matter. The sanctions imposed upon Coach Mack are unrelated to the extortion attempt itself and the ongoing process. Quote, as I've said since the beginning of my tenure, now this is Neely Bendapudi, quote, as I've said since the beginning of my tenure, we have high expectations for all of our staff members and coaches, and we hold people accountable for their actions. No, this is both of them. This is Vince Tyree. I apologize. That was Vince Tyree. He continues, while we have made great strides over the last 4 years in changing the culture in our athletic department, we cannot afford to have any setbacks, no matter how big or small, in our pursuits. I am confident that Coach Chris Mack now understands the impact of his actions. We all have confidence in him moving forward. I'm grateful for the partnership and support of President Bendapudi in this matter. Okay, so what does this mean? The suspension is going to range, guys, from November 8th through November 27th and cover 6 non-conference games, including 2 games in the Bahamas. During the suspension, Coach Mack is prohibited from having any contact with the men's basketball staff or student athletes. As the suspension is without pay, Coach Mack will forfeit approximately $221,000 in compensation through all of this. Now, Neely Bendapudi, quote, our university is on a positive trajectory. That's a tough word for me to say. In so many areas, and athletics is a critical component to our mission and to our engagement. While Chris has done so many positive things during a challenging time for our men's basketball program, he is held to the same standards as other U of L employees, and we believe that this suspension is commensurate with this actions, whether intentional or not. Chris Mack, quote, I regret that any of my unintentional actions or failures to follow university guidelines have brought unnecessary attention to our outstanding athletic programs and university. I understand that I could have handled matters differently, and therefore I accept this suspension. Of course, I don't know what, okay. While it will kill me to be away from our basketball family in November, I will do everything possible to set them up for success before and after my time away, and I am fully confident that our coaches, staff, and student athletes will rise to the occasion. On top of that, Vince Tyree in 2 hours at 3:45 will have a press conference, and we will take that on all stations. 680, 105.7, 93.9 The Ville, ESPNLouisville.com. The app will have you covered there. So that is the summary of the news that came out about an hour ago. And again, Vince Tyree will talk here in 2 hours, which we will have live on ESPN Louisville. Okay, so let me give you my initial reaction to this. Let me give you my initial reaction to all of this, and then we'll go from there. Number one, and Nick, I'll probably lose what number I'm on, so that's okay. And you know what? You have done 9,000 shows today. You don't even have to worry about remembering. You just sit back and if whatever.
I'm gonna go to Jamie's lucky number 3. No matter what, it's gonna be
That's his lucky
0.3.
number. What a crappy lucky. I mean, I don't know what that means. Because I don't have a lucky number. I don't know what that means. I can't imagine having one. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a beautiful Italian man such as Jamie Valvano. Maybe I just don't get it. Okay, maybe it's something I don't understand. Okay, so here my initial thoughts. Number one, yesterday the rumors, the murmurings started to come out that there might be a possibility. We talked about it yesterday when we were at the fair hanging out with the great people with the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Department, that there was the notion out there that this audio would be released, the secret audio that Chris Mack taped that obviously became the basis, became the core, if you will, of the extortion attempt by Dino Gaudio. And it started to come out, and quite frankly, preparing for today's show, I was kind of leaving a little room if that came out at some point today. Now, I don't know where that stands. I know multiple people, Nick, you've talked about this on the air with the guys before I came on the air, that that many journalists, media members have Freedom of Information Acted this. So the possibility or the probability of this coming out yesterday, this morning, is something that we figured was going to happen today, this weekend. And if I'm U of M, I don't know exactly how all of that works, but you want to do that here at some point. I mean, the Friday news dump. I mean, next week we got football. I know Louisville, goes to the other Monday, Labor Day for Ole Miss. So that is the background of all of this. I would say maybe last night, this morning, there were small murmurings about this type of thing happening, but that's not me, okay? Some people have heard that sort of thing. I'm not as clear on that. I'm much clearer on the fact that people want to hear this audio. Now, what does all of this mean? We can take this a number of different directions here. Another item, I guess this would be number 2. I guess I would ask this question because I don't know, and we'll see what Vince Tyra says at 3:45 to clarify this. But what exactly did Chris Mack not follow? What exactly did he not say? What exactly did he say? What part of the procedure in this, did Chris Mack violate? The reason I say that is, what people think. You know where immediately it goes to when something like this happens. He serves a 6-game suspension. What have we been talking about, Nick, with this story for the last several months? When people bring up, and when Pat Forty even went out and he wrote that article that people did not like, if you remember that Louisville basketball, maybe you need to take a step back, and former trustees and everyone, our entire radio stations did this, bashing Pat Forty about this. Remember what everyone said? Chris Mack's the victim, and that was the take, and that was, quite frankly, the understandable and the right take that,
he was a victim of literally a felony.
He was victim of Dino Gaudio getting sentenced today. Something that we've talked about for the last few months. And so there has been around Chris Mack this protective cloak, if you will, that has shielded him. And I'm even have dealt with this, and I understand why so many Louisville people feel this way, that this is not, while it is drama, this is not Chris Mack's fault. While if you go back to the Rick Bozich stuff with Butch Beard and Jerry Eves and all these other guys, well, it's not a Chris Mack thing, but he's now the coach, and I don't want to say it's guilty by association, but there's a feeling that, he's having to be a part of fixing all of these issues. And so he was extorted, but what we know with Rick Pitino, he was extorted too, and it made Pitino look bad as well. And so today, we get the 6-game suspension, and I'm sitting here just like you guys. I don't know what it's for. What in the university handbook did he not follow? He could have handled it differently. What does that mean? How did he handle that? Quite frankly, let me say what many people are asking, and I don't know the answer to. Is there something in the audio that makes Chris Mack sound bad? Or is there something in the audio that at least makes Chris Mack sound bad in the mind of Dr. Neely Bendaputi? And that's the other thing. Number 3, Eric Crawford has tweeted this out, and this is now and I'm not saying this with Eric Crawford. I'm saying this because this is what every Louisville person is seemingly thinking that's out there, that is in the media or around the media, that this is not something that came from the desk of Vince Tyra. This is not something that came from the desk of the athletic department. This is something that came from the desk of the president, Dr. Neely Bendaputi. Now, so that's number 3, okay? Number 4, what does Vince Tyra think of that? What does Vince Tyra think of that? That's interesting to me. We have seen around here at times someone above the AD, whether it be Kentucky or Louisville, sometimes they have to step in. Is that what's happening here? And if so, what does Vince Tyra think of that? And I have no idea. Now, the other thing, I guess what it was allegedly Mac said, Nick, that he would pay the rest of Dino's salary or whatever. Is that it? It's not about, listen, it's not about anything that Dino alleged. They put that out in the release. It's not with some of the COVID stuff that Dino said, hey, this is a violation. Hey, the recruiting videos that may potentially become an NCAA thing, that's something that has nothing to do with this. If something happens in the future with that, that will be separate from this game, from this 6-game suspension. Now, the other thing, and I don't know what number we're at, 5, 6. This might. No,
you've been doing a good job. You're on 5.
Okay?
I'm pretty sure you're on 5.
Is this? I think besides just the bleeping interesting story here about what happened, what didn't happen, what was said, the decision-making process, I would imagine this is something they can say whatever they want. I am of the belief that Neely Bendapudi and Vince Tyra did not agree with this. And we'll find out more. Again, we'll carry that live on all stations in under 2 hours, 3:45 here on ESPN Louisville. By the way, 437-9680, UPS Jobs text line 267-9680. I'm Andy Sweeney. We're hanging out Caesar, Southern Indiana, and I'm sweating already, Nick. I'm sweating. It's not good. But I'm sweating also because there's table games within a few
I was going to say, how much do you want to just... Yeah,
there's like 7 different reasons. Now, here is the thing that I think will be important as we go for Louisville fans. And it's this. This is supposed to be the year, if I can go on the court for just a second. This is supposed to be the year, the prove-it year for Chris Mack. That's how everyone in Louisville land has described this season. Am I wrong there? It feels like it is an overwhelming majority that believe this is the year. You love the coaching staff changes. You love bringing in Ross McMains. You love changing up the offense. You love all the pieces that you got, the transfers, and that's been a fruitful thing for Chris Mack in his short tenure at Louisville. You love all those things. This is the year that was supposed to provide us the biggest and grandest data point early on here in the Chris Mack era. And now you're telling me the month of November, he's not there. That's what you're telling me. The month of November, he ain't there. Right?
I mean, that
right?
was...
I mean, that's besides the, are we going to hear the audio? Besides the, does the audio make, Chris Mack sound bad? Besides the, hey, is there a schism here? What about this relationship between everybody? Neely obviously believes stronger than Vince. That is the thought process. That's what's being leaked out there to media people, that's what we're supposed to think, that, she wanted this way more than Vince Tyra wanted this. And you throw all those things together, I'm like, okay, this is the year, right? Like, if we go on the floor for a reason, it's not that Chris Mack just won't be there for the 6 games, making in-games, adjustments, traveling with the team, and everything else. He's not going to be around and talking to anybody. He's not going to be at practice. He's not going to be at Zoom like he was last year for those few weeks when he had to quarantine, when he had COVID. He's not. And on top of it, you bring in, and this is not, listen, I don't know Fennell, right? The guy they elevated,
Khalil
if
Fennell.
You will.
Yeah.
This is a guy who is working his way up. He's not going to be the coach. Pegues, I mean, we have seen when Chris Mack wasn't there, he wasn't considered to be the coach. And Ross McMains is the Brian Schottenheimer. It's a musty reference. I think he's with the Jags ruining Trevor Lawrence. The offensive coordinator.
154 Schottenheimer reference.
You like
well
that,
done.
Brian? Did you think you were going to get a Brian Schottenheimer reference?
I did not.
At
Strong work.
154 on whatever show this is. The Take, the V Show, Fast Break Friday.
Yes.
Whatever
that's what it is.
It's all of the above. And that's what we're dealing with, right? That's what we're dealing with. There's a bunch of we don't knows, and it would be great to fill in the blanks. I would say the other fresh thing that I would throw to this, I believe it was Jason Riley. Now, I have not read, and this is always the dangerous thing, and again, I have 19 different tabs open and everything else. He tweeted out an hour ago, U of L President Neely Bendapudi also has considered releasing the audio. Now, I don't know if he is saying that, like, hey, just so you know, she might do this. If not, just know that it's in the works. Does that make sense, Nick? Like, yeah. Or if he's doing that knowing that it's going to be released. And I think it's the latter. To which I would say, Chris Mack suspended 6 games. I don't have too much more information to work on other than that. Neely Bendapudi, you got to release that video. I mean, it is a massive punishment. The month of November, the development of a basketball team in Louisville has played good early on in the season. It's at the end, the back end of the conference schedule going into the ACC and NCAAs when they make it, that it's been the issue, right? Don't you feel like the team starts out better than a lot of times in Kentucky?
It's kind of the opposite of the Patino teams, honest to God.
Yeah, it really is.
Patino was a closer, and Max like a, what is that, a
different up and
pacer,
down
sprinter?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's been the early, what do you call it? The early, not releases, or I can't remember what it's. I can't remember. It's going to be a long day for your boy. It's going to be a long day.
Well, do we
know anything about Dino yet?
I've been refreshing like a son of a gun, and I haven't seen anything yet. I do know that I'm trying to do a little research. I mean, I know the U of L basketball schedule isn't set yet. That's probably going to happen in a couple weeks, but it's interesting, the games that he is missing. 2 of them are going to be those Bahamas games where they play, I think, Mississippi State and either Maryland or Richmond. But what's, I think, even more important is the next game, I believe, is that ACC Big Ten Challenge against Michigan State. So talk about, he's stepping right into out of the frying pan into the fire. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be cynical here, but is the excuse already built in if there's any mid-season woes? I mean, it got used this past season with the COVID, and it's fair.
It's going to be something. Here's the thing: the COVID this year, kind of. But Louisville fans aren't letting Chris Mack off the hook for that.
That's the angle.
I hate to do the Kentucky thing. They won 9 games, had a dreadful season. They didn't go through this. Their season was ruined because they stunk. Their season wasn't ruined because of COVID. In many different ways. And so while Louisville fans, yes, you can bring that up when you're supporting Chris Mack, but in the big picture, you didn't make the NCAA tournament, right? And so this year, I don't know. I mean, I think it will be used conveniently, and I do think there is absolutely a tangible effect here without Chris Mack being away for a month. And
missing
again,
6 of the 11 non-con games.
I wasn't a huge. I wasn't as, boy, you can save that for the big save. I wasn't as big of a Chris Dino Gaudio. Like I wasn't. I understand you guys had a personal relationship, but I didn't view it because I don't have a personal relationship. But Dino Gaudio was the coach. And there was when he got hired on top of this, taking over those few games for COVID, I mean, there was a feeling that, of course, there's a drop-off, but it's not like, hey, who's going to be the coach? That's how I feel about this. Don't you? It's not McMahon's, right?
No, seriously.
Fettel just got the job.
It's like, go get him, Pegues. I mean,
he was an ops guy last year, so maybe it's Pegues. And I think, those are conversations that we are going to have. And you saw last year the COVID became so much for U of L that things happened that did keep them out of the NCAA tournament. And the tournament, I don't want to get too far ahead of the tournament committee, but it's worth it is part of this discussion here that this is a massive data point season for Chris Mack and company. There's not a pivot there. There's nothing slanted there. Everybody has said it. That at some point here, and this is a big year, you have a team that you love. You've had guys in your system for a number of years. These are all your guys outside of Malik that here we go. And so, there are many things that we can talk about. What is it? What do you think of Chris Mack? How does it make Chris Mack look? How does it make Vince Tyree look? Pretty much it's been told Okay, and I would imagine it'd be people around Vince. I don't know that for certain, but that's just me guessing to get the word out. Hey, this was Neely Bendaputi's thing. This was from the desk of the president. This was not from the desk of the AD. Does Chris Mack sound bad in this audio? We going to hear this audio? You want to? Of course you want to. Who doesn't? What kind of world? What kind of world are we living in? No, I don't want to hear it. I would rather not hear it. Please, have me never hear it. By the way, I'm watching the Golf Channel's on in front of me. Jim Furyk.
Okay.
Still ugly, but I like him. Jim Furyk.
Quick sidebar. How about, did you hear the golfer,
No.
the dude in Jersey, of course, the guy in Jersey,
of course,
was chirping Kevin Kisner. It was like, hey, why don't you lay up? And he was like, he's like, don't lay up. Why don't you drive the green?
Why
and
Kisner lay up with your wife.
Yeah, Kisner turned around without even breaking stride. Was like, hey, why don't you go blank yourself? And then proceeded to birdie the next 3 holes.
You damn right he did.
Strong work at him. Okay, back to the topic at hand. Sorry.
Let's take a quick break. Let's do that. Phil Baker's around. I want to take a quick break. 437-9680. I haven't even opened up the text line yet.
They are coming in fast and heavy.
I'm sure they are. So we're just going to read the text line. If you want to call 267-9680, we got you to 6 o'clock. Let's go.
Are you looking for your next opportunity in the workforce? Look no further. UPS Jobs Kentucky is now hiring at upsjobsky.com. Right now, we are offering up to $18.50 an hour. You may even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college completely debt-free and could also include a $325 a month living allowance paid directly to you. Follow us at UPS Jobs Kentucky and apply today at upsjobsky.com.
There's nothing more important than a child's health. That's why Body Armor Sports Drink is proud to partner with Walmart and Children's Miracle Network hospitals, raising funds for 156 children's hospitals across the U.S. Children's hospitals are on the front lines when it comes to protecting the health of our future generations. But they are not alone. Please join Body Armor Sports Drink to support the cause. Together, when we change kids' health, we change the future. Go to childrensmiraclenetworkhospitals.org to donate and learn more. That's childrensmiraclenetworkhospitals.org.
GE Appliances is hiring full-time for all shifts. Join our manufacturing team and make up to $660 per week. Apply today at makeitatatthepark.com. Make a difference. Make it at GE Appliance Park.
Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com.